Good morning, everyone. This is Jo, and I wanted to share with you today a traveling journal kit that I made using Nick's course. And this one is for my daughter. She's going to be 17, and she really isn't into the vintage grunge, but I thought I would introduce her to that because I really love it. Um, so this is the cover, and I'm hoping you can see this okay. Um, it's called Memoir, and we have a key here, and I put her first initial and the last name, and there's the back. And this was a challenge for me to put together because I have not done anything with any kind of wood, so but I thought it turned out great. So we're gonna go into this. I used leather for the closure. Um, okay, so here on the inside, I hope you can see this. I filled the pocket with all kinds of things. Let me see, let me get these out of here. There's a pocket for photos that are ready to be put into here. Dates, random numbers, labels. The random numbers and a lot of the labels, and there were some other things I got from Tracy Fox, Paulette at TLC Creates Vintage, and Nick the Booksmith. And that is just a big tag that she can do something with, and just little stickers for her to use as she wishes. So now we get into the book. Let me untie this. I used a twine, but what I did, which I probably won't do again, is I braided it. I don't know if you can see that. It was really fun with the cats, so it was very slow going. So this is the journal book, and I put a little courage charm on there, and it does say number 1 because she is going to have a book 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to make another book for her to store them in. Here's the lace on the spine. And I did use fabric for the binding, or for the spine, I'm sorry. And I had used a color that was similar to this, but when I glued it on, it turned a really pale purple. So I used some archival ink, and I just scrubbed it all over to try to get it, somewhat decent. So now we go into the book, and yeah, this is full. I made a pocket in the front, and this has several little photo mats that I made for her, and she can use those to mount her photos. And then an envelope, and that has extra ones in it, so that way she won't run out. And then we jump into the first page. Her birthday's April, so I found some sheet music that had April in Portugal. And then I used a quote up here. And this is me and my daughter, and this is my husband and my daughter. And I just put those in there so she could see what she could do as far as mounting photos and decorating, embellishing, whatever she wants to do. A funny thing, my husband said I sewed through his head, and I said, well, that's as close to me getting to do acupuncture on you as I could get. So I took it, and ran with it. And it's just basic pages. There's a lot of room to post the photos and to write about them. And this came from Paulette at TLC Creates Vintage. It's in one of her kits. I can't remember the name of it, but I just love that image on there. And the tracing paper. And I'm sorry, I'm getting right in front of the camera. This little paper clips that I just kind of embellished. This postcard, well, I made it into a postcard. It says, okay, if we get caught, here's the story. And I love that because she is just like I was when I was little, you know, always saying, okay, here's the story, and we're sticking to it. Here we have April again, Edith Holden paper, which I thought was just beautiful and perfectly fitting. Some dictionary paper. And this came from Nick. And this is just, I'm sorry, I'm so out of frame. I don't know how to do this. It's just a little mini album where she can mount, you know, a couple of pictures. So I had to stop myself from adding stuff to this because it was getting pretty chunky. And that's just a little envelope she can put something in. We have graph paper, not graph paper, what is it? Ledger. Eco dye paper. And then these tags, I'm going to do something with those. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to get them in there yet. And this is that deli paper that Nick told us about. I love this stuff. It feels really good. It's kind of like the tracing paper. I love the sound of it. She may not, but I'm the mama, so it went in there. And then here we have another pocket in the back of this book, and that's what, you know, I had to stop myself because it was getting really kind of thick. But back here, she has a couple of little of those Kodak slide frames. And there are stickers, plenty of those that I printed on sticker paper or adhesive paper. Couple of negative strips, and then words and phrases. And I got these little pockets that I made. These came from Paulette at TLC Creates Vintage, and I needed something neutral for this, and these worked out beautifully, you know. And I stitched around the edges, and I put clear vinyl from a binder, you know, on the inside to create the window. And then this little piece came from Tracy Fox, and it's just a little blank page for putting notes. I'll do that later. So anyway, that is the book, and then we get into the box of fun. I was going to leave it plain, and then I decided I love this image, so I wanted to put that on the front. The problem was, as I was working on this, my husband decided to interrupt me, so it's a little bit crooked, but I left it. So, and one of the ladies, Michelle Field, she did her journal kit with the opening on the inside, and I did the same thing. I thought that was a good idea, and I just have a little piece of lace and a magnet closure. And I did also, I don't think I showed you that, this has lace all the way around it. I did that for two reasons. My daughter is not really she's not really a girly girl, but she's not a tomboy either, and I wanted lace in this book. And the second reason is I just had visions of the box falling apart, you know, when she opened it. So that kind of helped to support it, and it made me feel better about putting it in here. So when we get into it, this was another idea that came from Michelle Field. She made her box to put her little camera in, the Canon Ivy, and I looked it up, and I got a really good deal on the camera and a bunch of little photo sheets, so I bought that for her. Here's the little charger, and she has washi tape and the little tape runner. I didn't put glue in here because bless her heart, that girl and glue just don't get along. a little pair of scissors. There's a pen. There's some washi tape. And then in here we have some of the fun stuff. And I think Johnny did this. She had a little tin and she just stuffed it full of things. So I did that as well. I thought that was a good idea. So there's string in there, safety pins, paper clips, buttons, charms. Here's some lace and there's some cheesecloth. And then here are a couple of other little tidbits that I left in there. And there's some washi tape. And on the inside, I put, this is Edith Holden. There was a poem about an April day. And I thought, well, you know what? It's her birthday. I have April throughout. So I decided I was going to put that in there as well. So it is a little bit busy, but I just wanted her to have something that was specifically her birthday. And so that's what I did. Let's see. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. But anyway, this is her birthday present. Her birthday's on Easter Sunday, and she'll be 17. So this is going to be one of her gifts, and it's going to be fun because I'm going to have everything charged up. I'm going to confiscate her phone and download the Canon Ivy app. So that way when we're out for birthday dinner with, you know, her and family and some friends, she can take photos and she could actually print them and put them in the book if she wanted to. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and please let me know what you think about this. I am going to make some more of these because this was one of the most taxing projects for me, but it was also so much fun to put together because there were so many different elements that were in there. So anyway, thank you for jumping on and joining me, and have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.